Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of Joe Boo's day job as we have been here working a little over a year, hard and heavy on restoring the red brick house. A little bit of background here. This house is in Waynesboro, Virginia, and this house was originally a schoolhouse. Mary Beverly, who's buried literally about 150 feet from where I'm standing right now, the Beverly family owned most of what is Augusta County, and they sold the land to William Brown. William Brown built this in 1820 as a schoolhouse. Through the course of time, there was the Civil War, and one of the closing battles of the Civil War happened right through here, the Battle of Waynesboro. And during that battle, Sheridan and George Armstrong Custer chased Jubal Early's Confederate forces out of the city of Waynesboro. The artillery sat right over there on the hill. Short battle. A month later, the Civil War was over. During the battle, the house was used as a hospital. And what I'm told from a local historian, that because the war, of course, occupied and unoccupied happened quite often, that a lot of the structures would be burned. But because the people who actually built it and owned it, were Masons, the Union Masons spared the house. It was never burned down. After that, it became the Lee Masonic Lodge, where Robert E. Lee gave permission, which he didn't very often, for them to use his name. Currently, I'm sitting here because we have rebuilt this and saved it from being completely destroyed. I'm actually building shutters for the lower level. I've already done the ones for the upper level, and these are the ones to go with the lower level, because we're trying to preserve as much of the look as well as the history of this great place. And through the course of time of working on this, I have met so many people who have been tied to this house. People like Ted Campbell. Ted Campbell, one day I was out here working, pulled up right here and said, I was born in that front room. And went through and got some of the stories and things from him, as well as a descendant of Mary Beverly's, who literally came here and she cried with tears of joy because we were saving it. To members of the Wagner family who also lived here and donated tools from their great-grandfather who lived in this house. And I am very, very proud of all of that. My goal is at some point, I'm going to be like Mary Beverly. I'm going to be gone. But I don't want the significance of this place that's full of so many memories, that has been and stood through so much history, to be forgotten. And here's a great way that you can be part of it. One of the goals that I have for this house is to get this house listed on the National Registry. All of the requirements are there that it meets for historical significance. It's now a matter of applying and paying the $3,500 fee to get considered. And so we're working on raising money to do just that. And I'm actually ecstatic because let me tell you what we're doing. What we're going to do here is right here, the entranceway of the house, and you can see the house itself, and you can see the shutters that we've made before. These are actually working shutters. They actually will close, and you're looking at them, you're probably saying, why are they off in a skewed angle? Well, there's actually a reason to that, because these are actually antique heart pine shutters. We actually got repurposed lumber from Legacy Lumber here in Waynesboro, Virginia. The reason why they're skewed is those are the way the hinges are made, so that way the air can circulate behind them. So the bricks can breathe as well as the wood, so that way it'll help them to stay through time. And as I'm looking up here, I can see that the birds have also used them as resting points, because I can see a little bit of bird poop on them. So what our goal is here, and as we've gone through and we've restored, these are all the original posts that were here. The railings, a lot of the balusters were missing. I actually turned using reclaimed lumber from here, balusters to match that. And so we've been working on getting this to look much like it originally did. To help with the historical significance, we're going to make a brick paveway that's going to go here, and not just a regular brick paveway. Because of the Waynesboro Historic Commission, they were the first ones to donate. They made a $1,000 donation that's going to help us to get 8x8 blocks. And what the 8x8 paving stones are going to have is each decade that this place has been here. So starting from right here, it'll be 2020, and count all the way down to 1820. And on each one of those stones, we'll put 3 significant events of things that happened during that time. For example, the population of Waynesboro at that time was around 269 people. We'll have things like the Transcontinental Railroad, the Civil War, landing on the moon, heck, YouTube starting. And as you walk through, it'll be a living history that you'll be able to actually see as you go back to this house. And for me, getting this put in here, getting this put on the National Registry are ways that this place will live on beyond me. We've already put into the covenants when we got the house that this house can never be torn down. The only way that this will ever come to the ground will be an act of nature. And my goal, when people say, oh, you're the owners of the red brick house, I don't know that I'm really the owner, because I think about Mary Beverly, who 200 and some years ago used to own this, and she's gone. And all of the families that have come through here and have owned this and moved on. I think of myself as a caretaker that's ready to pass it on to the next generation. So there you have it. Our shutters that'll go on down through there. We'll get up here. We've got to work on the chimney. I've got to get a lift up here so we can point up the bricks, get the rest of the vines up that, repaint that side of the house. But when you look at this, this has become a beacon of hope and a place that new friendships have definitely sparked. I'm Mark Holmes, and I appreciate you guys. And in the description, we'll have the link for the brick campaign. If you want to get a brick, you can get one customized with your name on it, your business name on it, or even a few words. I think that's up to 3 lines of text with 22 symbols on each one of them. But I couldn't be prouder. And let me thank you in advance for anybody who decides they want to be part of this history. I'm Mark Holmes, and I appreciate you.